Cannot. Never mind. Let Ro go.
Bro, I want to get some insight from you, Glenn and Devin. Quick. Let me just get y'all insight on one of the two parts of the question.
What was the
Well,
first
hold on,
part?
Ro gonna go right now. It's scrolling, right?
Yeah.
Do men that are pointing fingers at women for the state of relationships need to look in the mirror?
Yes.
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 Are you saying women are totally innocent from the state of relationships, or the majority it falls on how men are picking, approaching, wifing, loving, so on and so forth?
If men are supposed to take the lead and they're supposed to find us, they need to look in the mirror about why they're not getting the caliber of women that they want.
And it doesn't matter that women are picking the same men.
It does matter. If you let me finish. I think
pausing this shit. I don't know.
I mean, like I said before, everybody makes their decisions. So you make your decision, and if it's not working for you, you keep picking the same type of female, or she keeps picking the same type of man, and no one's deciding or looking in the mirror about what's going on with them. Then I think it's both. I think it is a woman can be disingenuous, and she could say, like everybody else, like some of the people said on the panel, they're disingenuous, saying that they want to take a break and they can't, they're working on themselves. There are women that are like that. But there's also men that keep picking the same type of female, dealing with the same type of stuff, not telling the female what they're doing to them, staying in the relationship because they want to get the ass or they want to do whatever. And then they complain about the way she acts or the way she treats them. So yeah, they need to look in the mirror.
A lot of men stay too because they got kids.
That's true, but that's dumb. Because if you're not happy, it's the same thing Devin said. If you're not happy and you're making her unhappy, it's nothing but chaos.
What happens in divorce? Do men lose their kids?
Mine didn't, because I was proactive.
No, I'm saying men. I'm not saying yours. The majority. Do men lose their kids?
They shouldn't.
Do men lose their kids?
If they do, it's their choice.
Oh my god.
Dude, oh my, what the
okay.
If they do, it's their choice.
I know, Alex. I know you're gonna stay on code, but somebody got to say something. Hold on. You just need an answer,
bro. Yes or no?
Yeah, I got you. Yeah. Do men lose their kids?
For the most part, yes. Statistically, yes.
So why sacrifice your greatest asset? Men don't want to sacrifice their greatest asset, go through alimony, divorce, losing their kids, child support, right? So we stay. There might be something on the side, but the cost benefit doesn't make sense.
Staying in it and creating chaos doesn't make sense either.
What?
Yeah, staying in it and creating chaos doesn't make sense either.
No, you don't want to stay in chaos, especially if there's kids involved. You stay for kids involved.
What y'all saying? Y'all supposed to just continue to keep arguing and fussing in front of kids? You gotta flex them.
Oh, I don't even know if that's an absolute, but I understand what your point is.
I mean, but having a bad season in a marriage isn't a reason to divorce. Like, it's got to be something extreme. Like, there's got to be infidelity. There's got to be physical abuse. It's got to be something extreme. Like, just because you Negroes aren't getting along, that's still frowned upon, because I think people, what jams up relationships, everybody's expecting everybody to become as a finished package. If that's the case, then what's the point of being married? Y'all supposed to build one another as you grow with each other. Because, like, you know what I'm saying? Hemp, you got a wife, right? Is your wife a finished product when you got her, or she's been growing with you? You've been growing with her. You get what I'm saying? Like, you're growing together. So I couldn't expect my wife to come complete and finished, because a lot of time what jams up people in the dating and people being single and disingenuous and all that is the fact that what you're looking for might not necessarily be the person that's meant for you. And the person you end up with is the person that you're really meant to be with, because they challenge something in you that you lack in. Like, as a man, I don't want a woman that's just like me. We be fighting all the time. It probably go to blows, probably gunshots. We can't be together. I can't be with me, but I can be with somebody who compliments me, because there's parts of my wife that I wish I had in me, and I know it's parts of me because she like people. I don't like people. You know what I mean? Like, she has a softer side, a more understanding side. With me, I have a more emotional detachment that I'm working on in therapy, because it's been it's been heavy in a marriage. You know what I'm saying? Women need that from you. So I lack that because I wasn't raised on love. I was raised on survival. So when you have them two things clashing together, it becomes difficult. She becomes unheard. She starts to feel undervalued and all these things. Even though you might love that woman, but the fact that you lack the ability to be able to express it properly is what could lead to the dysfunction. So that's why therapy, especially in our culture, is important because we got a lot coming with us, and we learn to tuck it and tighten up and all that because the world expects us to be the strongest out of everybody and act like trauma didn't happen to us. Like that ain't stitched into our DNA. You get what I'm saying?
I'm gonna tell you, I
We
disagree
keep
with
passing it on
therapy,
until somebody decides to stop.
I'm not on that therapy train. I found that people can manipulate therapy. You can get what out of it based on what you put in it, and motherfuckers is not being genuine because people don't want to hear the truth. So if you're not going in raw, that therapy shit is bullshit. I think men
wasting the therapist time.
Yeah, facts. And I think men, if we want to become our best selves, I think hard times help us create that. And we have to deal with them to an extent. We can't go to somebody else and try to figure it out all the time. But I don't want to usurp Sir Glenn's time. Go ahead, SG.
You're right. I agree with you. Because I think there are a lot of men have gotten soft. But I say the same thing about women. I think women have gotten soft too, like compared to women. I think there are two different types of men, right? There's a serious man, and then there's a man who's doing what, not serious yet. So for a serious man, he's always going to know he's going to be responsible for how he leads himself and who he actually wants to be in a relationship with. When he wants to be in that, that's a serious man. When he's ready for a relationship, he's going to be responsible. He is going to miss women. He's not going to deal with women who want to lead them around and be the leader, right? He's not going to deal with you, right? Like, so at the end of the day, I say it depends on who's the leader, right? So when
what you mean by that?
Yeah, when women are the leader, right? So there are a lot of women who want to lead men, right? And so the type of men they attack are men who will allow themselves to be led in that household. So in a way, it puts her here, it puts them down here, and this is where a lot of the complaints come from, right? So she
being too passive
him in a way. Oh, absolutely, in no situation. I think her as the leader, she's ultimately responsible because she is leading that man, right? Personally, that man is responsible for building himself so that he doesn't allow himself to come into that situation with the woman, right? And then if we flip that, a man who's a leader is ultimately responsible if he gets in a relationship with a woman who's not serving a purpose to him, right? Because you decide the relationship or not, right? Or whether you get in a relationship. So it's a lot of men, particularly men who are ready for relationships, that are making themselves better. At least in my circle. Well, in my circle, I would say it's a lot of good men. So they found wives and all these things. But I would say that one more thing I gotta say. There are two different.
Hold on. Time out. Yeah. I don't know what the first thing you said was. So so you saying some men should be led, some men should be leaders,
led, but they do get led.
And you saying that causes confusion?
Absolutely. And in those situations, the woman allowing herself to lead a man or choosing to be with a man who she obviously are willing to lead, or whatever she want to call it, a fixer-upper, she's really responsible for that.
If a woman is looking for a man that want to be led, is she broken, you think?
I would say
she might be a manipulator.
I would say because she's stepping into a role that naturally is not hers, right? And her willingness to do that means that she doesn't. I feel like she is broken because she may not understand how to take that position as a woman.
Disingenuous.
Strong man. I've never been a strong male lead in her life, like no dad, no older brothers, uncles, none of that. And she's always seen mom and grandma do it. She's just gonna do what she's modeling, and that's not.
Really and when strong men come around, she's gonna repel from her.
She's gonna compete.
Repel them. I mean, same thing.
Okay. All right.